the British 6-pounder. Anti-tank gun weighed just 2,500 pounds, half the heft of the German. Yet by 1944, it was knocking out Tiger IIs at 1,000 yards. The secret wasn't brute force. It was velocity, metallurgy, and a projectile that turned physics into a battlefield cheat code. In 1939, the British Ordnance QF 6-pounder, 57-meter, was already in the pipeline, designed to replace the puny 2-pounder that bounced off. Panzer IIIs like hail off a tin roof. The gun fired a 6.3-pound, armor-piercing shot at 2,700 feet per second, respectable, but not world-beating. What changed everything was the introduction of the armor-piercing discarding sabot, APDS, round in 1944. But the APDS sabot was a lightweight aluminum carrier that hugged a 3.8-pound tungsten carbide core. At the muzzle, the whole package left the barrel at 3,150 FPS, nearly 50%, faster than the standard shot. Once airborne, the sabot peeled away like petals, leaving the dense core to scream toward the target with kinetic energy equivalent to a freight train in a phone booth. The math is brutal. Kinetic energy scales with the square of velocity. Double the speed, quadruple the punch. The APDS core hit with 5,600 foot-pounds of energy per square inch of cross-section, enough to shear clean through 150 mm of rolled, homogeneous armor at 1,000 yards, even at 30 degrees obliquity. The Tiger II's frontal glacis was 185 mm thick, but sloped at 50 degrees. The effective thickness against a horizontal strike was only 145 mm. The 6-pounder's tungsten dart laughed at that geometry. Tungsten was the wild card. Britain had none of its own, so the Ministry of Supply scrounged 1,200 tons from Portugal and Canada, paying premium prices in gold and canned spam. Each APDS core cost 12 or 10 times the price of a standard shell, but the Treasury signed off because one hit saved a 40,000 Sherman. The cores were machined to tolerances of 0.02 inches. Any wobble and the round would tumble. Factories in Nottingham and Sheffield ran 3 shifts, turning out 40,000 rounds a month by D+90. The gun itself was a featherweight marvel. A 2-man crew could manhandle the 6-pounder across a muddy field in under 2 minutes. The German 75mm Pak 40 needed 6 men and a half-track. The low silhouette, barely 3 feet high behind the shield, let gunners dig in behind hedgerows in Normandy and wait for panthers to skyline themselves. The carriage used torsion bar suspension stolen from the Christie tank designs. Recoil forces that would have flipped a 2-pounder were soaked up and returned the barrel to battery in 1.8 seconds. Rate of fire hit 15 aimed rounds per minute with a trained crew, faster than the vaunted 88. Field reports from the 21st Army Group tell the story. On July 18, 1944, near Caumont, a single 6-pounder of the 7th Somerset Light Infantry ambushed 3 Tiger IIs. The first round struck the lead tank's driver's plate at 800 yards. The core punched through, ricocheted off the transmission, and detonated the ammo rack. The second Tiger swung its turret. The British gunner traversed 12 degrees and fired again. The APDS round entered the mantlet, killed the gunner, and exited through the engine deck. The third Tiger reversed into a bomb crater and surrendered. 3 shots, 3 kills, 90 seconds. The U.S. Army took notice. Ordnance officers tested, captured 6-pounders at Aberdeen Proving Ground and begged for the APDS tech. Washington shipped tungsten under Lend-Lease, and by late 1944, American 57mm guns, license-built copies, were riding in M10 tank destroyers. The Marines used them on Peleliu, punching through Japanese Type 95 Hago tanks like tissue paper. Germany never found an answer. The Panzerfaust was close range only, and the 88mm guns were too heavy to deploy in the hedgerow country. Captured British APDS rounds were sent to Kummersdorf for analysis. The report concluded, penetration exceeds theoretical limits. Hitler ordered tungsten. Prioritize for V2, guidance vanes instead of tank. Armor, too late.